Hey going guys, Steve here from Australian 4x4 Adventures again. Bit of a product review this time. So Cogear Lighting, cogear.com.au have sponsored this video, just so you know about it. So they've actually donated a set of their LED headlight replacements for the Mighty 200 here. So they've given me two sets, one for the low beam, one for the high beam. I've already put the high beam ones in. Couldn't help myself, I wanted to see what they look like. But I've sort of kept these ones so I can show you guys how easy they are to fit and what they look like before and after. So I've already taken the before video of what they look, of what the factory headlights look like. They're fairly yellow, everything else. Haven't really seen these ones in action yet, so after I put these in tonight, I'll come back, do the same shot that I've done before on the night shot, and then see what they look like. So the biggest thing I've always worried about with LED lights is I don't want to be blinding other drivers. I'm not 100% sure of the legalities of LEDs in a car that's meant to be fitted with halogens. Maybe check your local state laws for that one, because I'm not an expert in that field, so that one's completely on you guys. I'm pretty happy with them though. So what they are is, so these particular ones are a H11 for the for the low beam lights. The high beam lights are a 9005. Apparently that's what's ticked on there. So not too sure. Have to I'll try and put that on the screen for exactly what they are. So that's the box from the high beam ones that I've already put in. So essentially these things will do voltage from 8 to 32 volts. So if you've got a 24 volt system, they will work fine. Luminance is plus 300% from factory, and power is 30 watts per globe. They do have an inbuilt fan to help keep them cool as well. So lifespan should be pretty good out of these things for what they are. Waterproofing wise, they seem pretty well made. From what I've seen of them, they look really cool. So how about we chuck them in and see what they look like tonight. Let's have a look. I could take the battery out, but I'm being lazy, so I'm not going to. First thing I'm going to do is take my watch off so it doesn't get stuck. Dropped it. Hardest part is always just fitting your hand in the gaps. Alrighty, so cable's only so long, so you're gonna have to do some tight finger work down low to get in and out. So I'm not going to let go of that part because it'll fall down and I'll never get it back. But essentially that is the incandescent version of what we're replacing. That one's got the closer connectors, just like the ones I showed you before. So if I grab this one, you can see there, closer connections. And this sucker should just plug straight in. Now to test it, before I put it back in, I'm going to leave that right there for you guys. I'm going to go turn the headlights on. Woo! Right, so she's nice and bright. That's for sure. Does this make me look better? I hope so. So you can hear that LED fan doing its thing in there. So I could stick my finger in that and touch it. I'm not going to. It'd be kind of cool though. But you can see there LEDs on both sides, and that fan's going nuts. So essentially that's what does the thermal cooling of the LEDs itself. That's what you need to be looking for within the LED. There's a couple out there that don't have internal fans like this. They just rely on essentially maybe like a copper tail or something, which dissipates heat out of the back, which can be efficient as well because there's less moving parts and less to go wrong, I guess. But for best cooling efforts altogether, definitely some sort of fan like this is the way to go for maximum longevity out of it. We'll see how they go long term for water ingest and stuff, because that'll a fair bit of dust and water. So there we go. Get my big bad hands in there. Give it a bit of a twist. Oh, should be good. So that's in there. I'm just going to turn the headlights back on and just make sure it's still working. Righty, so that's pretty good. The only thing I probably need to check is which way they're meant to go. Right, so got one of the Kogi LED headlights on the passenger side and the original light on the driver's side. You can see the colour difference between the two, clear as day, like white and nice and natural, versus yellow and yellow, the factory headlights pretty much. The big thing you've got to be looking out for is light pattern. So you don't want a heap of light spewing out the side or up too high or anything else that's going to be blinding drivers. So the reason I'm doing the test between one and the other is I'm trying to make sure that these LEDs work well with the reflectors that are in the car. So you don't want essentially light that should be here spewing all the way up here. You might get some stupid spike or something weird. It just ruins the light. I'm gauging it off the factory one, so you can see, just picking on a line, so the light basically stops at this rib here. That's the tallest point of it. So following this one across, you can see the brightest point of the light is right there, and it's pretty much gone from that point on. It's no more visible really than what that one is, but you can just see this one just looks like a couple of candles, where this one is fantastically bright and just crisp and nice and everything else. Same for the distances outside. You can sort of see where they start and finish. A nice sort of central point there between the two, so they've still got a cut-off point left to right as well. Same for the sides. Looking out on each side of the light going out is sort of important to make sure that obviously you're not blinding of the drivers. Like, seriously guys, be conscious about these things when you do these modifications. These things can be really dangerous to some people if you don't do it right. So making sure you do it properly and using a reputable company like Kogi that have good products and have done all the testing, it's a no-brainer really. So this is the last side. So should be as easy as. There's a little bit more room on this side, so it shouldn't be too bad. So one other thing to note about these lights as well, which I only just noticed, there's actually a rubber seal around here that essentially waterproofs your light inside, which is fantastic, I reckon. So that's pretty good. So that's the two main headlights done there. So there is a little light leakage out of these ones here. So you can see there's a little tiny bit there. Personally, I don't think that's enough to be blinding people, and there's a little tiny bit there as well. Same thing. People are going to see it, but it's not going to be like, whoa, what's that sort of effect. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've been talking to Kerry as well. He's been saying, oh, this is a bit more light leak than what he would have wanted, which to me is great that he's actually trying to pay attention to that much detail. For me, that's nothing. That's well within what I would call acceptable. My English doesn't want to work today. I'm no lighting expert though. I cabinet maker really, so you know. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to turn the high beams on as well without my spotlights. I've actually turned the fog lights off as well, so you can't, so they're not playing into it at all. But you can see it, so it's a nice, crisp, clean line going sort of all the way across there for me. Yes, there's a little bit of something, but that's pretty good. The halogens were doing the same thing. So you can see there the high beam essentially obviously higher because you're shooting further down the road. Same thing though, no real excessive light leak. There's a bit up here, but it's not super bright. Having said that, if you've got your high beams on, you shouldn't be pointing at other cars anyway, so that shouldn't really matter too much. Future Steve here now. So that's been a month I've had the lights on the car now. I wanted to give it some decent amount of time before I actually recommended the lights or not, and give the product the best chance possible to prove itself or to see whether it was going to be horrible or not. Having had them on the car for a month now, driving around. I've done long trips now. So I just got back from the Victorian High Country, big trip that I've been talking about, revving up and talking up this last couple of months. Editing that at the moment, by the way. They're freaking awesome. Like, I've had LEDs and HID projector lights on previous cars before, and I've always been a big fan of them, but I've always been really conscious about trying not to blind people as I go. These ones I was a little bit worried about being just an LED replacement to go into the standard reflector lens. I was a bit hesitant, but they're freaking amazing. I haven't had a single person flashing me coming the other way. It's not overly bright in the signs going on in pitch black. These things are bright enough that I can see everything I want to see, not that bright that all the road signs are blinding me, and I'm not blinding other road users either. So for me, absolute winner of a product. So cogear.com.au, go check them out. Kerry will help you out. I believe he's putting a whole kit together for the whole car, so high beam, low beam, interior lights, tail lights, parkers, indicators, whole kit for the 200 series. So go check him out. Shoot him a message on Facebook or Instagram as well. Awesome guy, great products. I'm sure he'll be happy to help you out. Until then, I will catch you guys in the next one. See you guys.